it's Gene Bleeker, the eyes, ears, and voice of real estate, business, and the community. And on my Genius Thoughts podcast is the Jenny Espinoza. Jenny, thanks for being on the show today.
Oh, no, you're welcome. I'm so glad to be here as well.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy because it's great to have such a great fresh face on the program, and I'm really enjoying our interview that we're going to be putting together because it's going to be big. It's going to be big. You can post it, place it anywhere you want to. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but people really want to get to know you and they want to know a little bit more about you. So let's talk about your family. Let's talk about your friends, your family. Anything that comes to mind that you want to share?
Yeah, I'm actually the youngest of three. I'm the only girl, so I
Two
have two
boys and a
older
princess?
brothers. There you go. And then I have a little girl. She's my only daughter. She's about to be 3 in September, so she's my world. She keeps me busy.
Oh, what is her name?
Her name is Elizabeth, but we call her Lizzie.
Okay, you're allowed to. Does Elizabeth have a middle name?
Yeah, her name is Susie.
Is there a dot 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 with Susie?
Yeah, actually, Elizabeth is actually my mom's middle name, and I've always said if I had a daughter, I would name her Elizabeth. And then, Susie actually comes from her other grandma. That's her name, so we just cut it short to Susie for Susanna.
Oh, that's awesome. So what a great legacy that you got. All right, so you got two brothers. Are they nice brothers?
No, they're a pain.
Are,
Not
are
even,
they
not it doesn't.
overprotective pains?
Yeah, but the age doesn't matter.
Because I have a princess daughter who's got three older brothers, and it's a calamity. Let's just say that in their relationship, you know. They're very close though, very close, very wonderful
Yeah.
people. And God bless my phone for texting me because I got a lot of people going, "Who's your celebrity of the day on your program?" So I have to tell them later it's Jenny Espinosa. So we're okay with that. All right, so Jenny, let's talk about something. What is something that some of our viewers, and there are some who don't know the greatness of a Jenny Espinoza, can you tell us something great about you or something different about you or something that maybe somebody doesn't know about a Jenny Espinoza?
Yeah, so when I was in middle school, actually, I learned how to play the electric bass. I took
Right?
lessons because my brothers were learning how to play the guitar. So I wanted to be like my brothers. And I was like, well, I want to learn, but I didn't want to do what they were doing. So I was like, okay, I'll learn how to play the electric bass.
Well, good for you. And you love it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So it was just like one of those things. Was it like a music class or something like that?
Yeah, I took some music lessons. So I learned how to play different songs and the basics and then learning how to play any songs that I wanted to learn,
Oh,
like
good
any
for
artist that I
you.
was into. Yeah.
So how many years did you play? Was it all during middle school?
Yeah, so about like 3 years I took lessons there.
That's so cool. And you had a good time.
Yeah, I did. It's funny story. I recently found out that the person that owned that place is actually retiring and he's getting rid of his place. So we're like, we have to go check it out soon. Like just saw great memories being there. It was kind of a bummer to hear that.
Oh, but you had good memories there, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, were you a singer?
No, I'm not a singer.
I'm not a
I
singer
tried it.
either.
I tried at one point, and I thought I was the best singer. I wanted to be a singer when I grew up until I realized my brothers told me I wasn't good. I didn't believe it. Till one day I was like, yeah, singing's not for me.
Okay. Hey, listen, everybody's got triumphs and they got things they're going, well, okay, because I would love to have been a singer. It's just my voice just does not carry a tune whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. All right, so you got two brothers, a mom and a dad. You've got a little beauty, right, at home. And then you made a decision. I'm going to become a real estate agent. So what got you into real estate in the first place?
I think I wanted to do it for a while, but it pushed me more when I had my daughter because I wanted to be there for her and I wanted to be around and travel with her. And my parents did what they could to support us. I just wish they didn't have that opportunity, how life can be sometimes. So I wanted it to be different. And I thought I can't be in an 8 to 5 forever. Like I want to be able to run my business, run it how I want, and also be able to be around all the great things as my daughter gets older.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the greatest pleasures of being a real estate agent. You really get to work the times that you want to work and take off the times that you need to take off so you can spend it, with Elizabeth, right? So
Yeah.
Lizzie will have a really good relationship with her mom, but once again, it's during your time. And I know you're busy doing real estate, I'm not saying it's 24/7, but you put a lot of effort into your real estate business, which I'm really proud of your success so far. You're doing just a fabulous job doing that. Oops, excuse me, with that. All right, so what was the best advice somebody ever gave you about real estate?
I mean, the best advice I got was just don't focus on closing deals, focus on opening relationships. So I feel like that shifted my approach in business a lot. Because it's not just about the transaction. It's about, making someone feel that we're going through this together, that we're there for them, that we're there to support. And there's always going to be error and trial. So I think that that was the best advice that I ever received. And it changed my mindset completely. I want to build, it upon trust, and trust builds a lasting business.
Without a doubt. And one of the things that you were selected into the exclusive academy was your dedication to your business and your dedication to your clients and your dedication to the consumer and the community. Those are the four things that I look for in selecting a member into our group. And I think you've just hit all four of those categories really well. I think you're an incredible role model. I think you are an incredible person in our community. That is a really good mentor to others, It's something that I look forward to. And talking to a couple of your friends, like Tanel, and talking to your other friend like Simone, I mean, they said nothing but great things about you and saying, "Oh, Gene, she's such the real deal of real estate." So, I gotta pay kudos to you for being involved in the exclusive academy. But there's reasons why these people kind of referred you into this group because you are really amazing at what you do. Because it is clients come first, and so does family, right?
Yeah.
All right, so words of wisdom, crazy market. And I was just talking to another EXP friend a couple days ago. He says, Gene, this is the craziest market I have ever seen in years. So the question that I want to ask you is this market, give me your opinion of the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome of real estate, in your opinion.
I mean, I feel like it's been a journey, it's been a journey. It has been up and down. I think what I learned throughout the time that I got my license was that, success is not going to come fast. I just have to be consistent. I have to stay coachable, and I have to always keep my why I'm in this together. So I think that's why I'm so patient, and I'm never afraid to ask for help or guidance.
I think those are really great attributes, and I use that word a lot because I think it's truly who you are. It's keeping your eyes open for opportunities, asking questions, not pretending you know everything, asking people, "Hey, what's working for you? What are you doing differently?" You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
a really great characteristic that you really have, which I think is phenomenal. So, what are you going to be doing differently this year? I mean, have you put together like this is where I'm going to change my game? Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I mean, regarding social media, I want to stay consistent no matter what happens in my life. Like, I want to continue, not like continue a trend, every week, every week, every week, And, I have such great accountability partners, Tanel and Simone, like I said, they're, like you mentioned to me, like they're really a big, like they're really, I can't say it. There's something huge in my life that we're always helping each other. We're always guiding each other. Like, hey, we need to do this, do that. Um, and then just I don't want to be a silent agent. I want to be known agent. I want to be the to-go person. And I think that's what I'm going to change. Just, having a goal, having a set plan, planning my day-to-day tasks for the week and, just making a change because I know this year is my year to shine.
Right, without a doubt. And you know what? I've been reading a lot of books, a lot more lately than I have in the past. I mean, I'm kind of like supercharged on it. But
Yeah.
they say you got to do more listening than talking because you're never going to learn anything if you're doing all the talking. You're going to
Yeah,
learn a lot by doing a lot of listening, right? And I
yeah,
think having really great role models like the people that you surround yourself with, it's nothing but positive energy, without a doubt.
yeah.
And I think you're doing all the right stuff. So, is there anything ugly about the business right now? Is there anything bad about the marketplace that you kind of want to share?
I mean, I guess you could say um ugly could be, when you're doubting yourself or when you're like having a situation like, hey, why isn't this house selling? Like what's going on? Like there's, right now there's so many people listing their homes and we don't have many buyers coming in. But that still doesn't should stop you, it should actually motivate you to do more or to find a different approach. And I think that's what I'm changing this year.
Well, and I think using social media is really another good factor,
Yeah,
which I really um, think that's going to really kind of show off how dedicated you are to this
yeah,
business, by reaching out to people, helping other people. I think those are really four things that I would really be doing 24/7. Because, real estate, it's about geographical farming.
yeah,
It's about using referrals, but it's also about business farming as well as it's visual farming as well. And I think a lot of people want to help businesses succeed because let's face it, in a tough market, there's a lot of business people and organizations out there that really need a strong, powerful voice in promoting themselves, right?
yeah.
And I think that's what you're going to be bringing to the table as well, promoting nonprofits, promoting organizations, promoting business people, promoting businesses. And I think people are really going to enjoy what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
It's a big social media plus. So if we were going to talk about your strength, what would you consider some of your biggest strengths in real estate?
I think for me, it's not all about closing deals. I'm just here to guide people through one of the biggest transactions in their life. I'm here to support them. I'm here to hear them out. I'm here to just let them know that, it's going to take time. And I think that's what matters the most. Especially when you're under pressure or, you're feeling overwhelmed, or it could be buying a buying a purchase of a home, selling your first home, it comes with a lot of different emotions. And that's what I'm here for to do.
Right.
And I want to make a difference for them. I want them to look back and be like, she did everything she could. And, just her as a person individual, like she did great, and that's how I want to build my foundation.
Well, and I think you're doing a great job in doing that because you know what? You are craving raving fans,
Yeah.
right? When you do everything right, people know it, they understand it, and they're going, she's just more than the transaction. She's really helping people climb up the ladder of financial success because home equity is
Yeah.
amazing, right?
And I want to treat everyone like my family. Like if they were my family, how would I treat the way I treat my family is the way I'm gonna treat you, whether you're blood or not.
Right? Right, because your clients are blood. I mean, they are the bloodline to your success.
Mhm.
Because you make people happy, they definitely get to Yelp you and saying, "Oh my gosh, she is so great at what she does." Um, so once again, I just got to say congratulations on you being honored this year for your dedication to your business and your clients and the community and the consumer. You're doing a phenomenal job with that. But I think a lot of it has to do with your commitment to networking as well. Can you kind of give us an opinion on why networking is so important in the real estate market?
I think just building those relationships, like collaborating, sharing ideas, just having genuine connections in the industry to better service, our clients, getting together because I might need something, but the other person you network also. So you're kind of helping each other grow and helping each other create that foundation where like, hey, this person did such a great business with me, or I helped them buy their first house, but I'm also able to help them with escrow. They're be able to make a difference and impact their life. And I just think networking is huge. Like without networking, you wouldn't get far. With all it comes to mind referrals. I think it's just a way to grow faster than you would alone.
Well,
You
I
need
mean, you were at the
support,
meet. Right. You were at a networking meeting with the Exclusive Academy last week and hearing about listings coming on
Yeah.
the market, so you're able to share with your buyers. I mean, to me, if that's not a smart approach of doing business, getting the opportunity to create relationships with these wonderful agents and then putting deals together, I think that is just absolutely smart. Absolutely smart. So, with that being said, you know, with you being involved in real estate, I love the fact that you have your own marketing team, your own advertising team, your own social media team, your own video podcast team promoting your listings, your own PR person. I mean, I think that's such an important part of who you are and what you're doing. So I really have to say congratulations to you on your hard work on putting a team together because it doesn't cost your clients a penny more in selecting you as a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
It's all about doing business right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about mentors. Let's talk about mentors. So from a business standpoint, who are your biggest mentors in business?
I would say my accountability partners like Simone and Tanel have been great, you know. They all have their own journey of real estate, you know, and to be able to come together and, create a clear foundation and, talk about our struggles, talk about our different situations, the way we each would go about it. It's just amazing, you know. And it doesn't even matter our age difference, how older we are, how younger we are, it's just crazy how, I couldn't do this without them, you know.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. So I think you have great business partners, but you keep saying that you keep making more business friendships all the time. So you're really outreaching your horizon and great people to connect and surround yourself with, right? All
Yes.
right. So from a business standpoint, moving to a family standpoint, who was your best or greatest or one of your greatest mentors um, in family?
I would say my dad. Since I
Yeah?
was young, he's always been the person that I go to about advice or any struggles or issues I faced. And when coming to real estate, he's just been my number one supporter. Like he always pushed me, like, come take your test, go take your test. Like you can do this. He'll help me if I have an open house. Like he finds other ways. And I'm like, I think you need to get your license.
You were telling your dad this?
Yeah, like I think and he's like, I'm retired now.
Uh-huh.
I think he's just such a knowledgeable person that I can go to with, even though I know he doesn't have a license. Just a great person, and like I thank God every day, that, he's still here and he's still here to guide me and show me. And, it's just amazing. I don't think I would be able to get this far without him, to be honest.
Well, you know what? I think you're absolutely right because I remember my dad when before he passed years ago. I mean, he used to say, "I'm not done making you yet, Gene. I'm not done making you yet." And I appreciated that. I go, Dad, come on, Dad. He goes, Dad, Gene, I've got a lot of advice I want to share with you. Understand that because Father's Day is coming up, right? Right? It's coming
Yeah,
up
it
pretty
is.
soon. So you take care of your dad on Father's Day because, Father knows best. All right. So you got business mentors, you've got great family, you got a beautiful daughter, you've got great people supporting you in this business. Before we sign off, is there any last things that you want to say to our viewers today about the market, about yourself? Anything you want to say in closing?
I just want to say, well, thank you, Jean, for giving me this opportunity to come on this podcast. And I really enjoyed, getting to talk to you again and, taking the time here because I know it takes a lot. So I do appreciate it. And I'm glad to be on this podcast and for everyone to know a little bit about me.
Well, exactly, and it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Spotify. You'll get a copy of it, and I hope you post it because
I will.
you've given some really great advice to people, and you give great praise to other people. So I appreciate you more than you know, and I just wanted to say thank you for being on the program. You did a fabulous job. Easy breezy, that's the key words, right? You did an easy breezy, wonderful job. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on the program. And boys and girls, we are going to be signing off. Say goodbye to Jenny, the amazing Jenny. Wait, where's that from? Forrest Gump, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I just got Forrest Gump. There we go. Jenny Espinoza, thank you for being on the program. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.